we know that there are a large number of chemical reactions that are taking place, but the question is that they are taking place at the same speed or in different speed or in the very high speed or very slow speed. So that is the question, what is the speed of different kind of chemical reactions? That's the question, that the reaction is very fast, reaction is very slow, or reaction is moderate rate. So what is the speed of the chemical reaction? That is the question. And in this video lecture we discuss about this question, that what is the speed of the chemical reactions, first order very fast speed, very slow speed, or moderate rate speed. So we discuss about the speed of the various kind of chemical reactions in this video lecture. So you watch these discussions up to the end to understand the full topic of what is the speed of chemical reactions. Hello everybody, I am Atanu Betal. You are welcome to this video lecture right now. And if you are watching this video from this channel first time, then you subscribe this channel and hit the notification button to get the new video upload notification. Right now we discuss about this topic, the speed of chemical reaction. You know, there are a large number of reactions taking place, but what is the speed? Based on the speed of chemical reactions, the chemical reactions are divided into three categories. The first category is the very fast reaction. Very fast reaction means the reaction speed is about 10 to the power minus 14 to 10 to the power minus 16 second. Within this time period, if the reaction gets completed, means within 10 to the power minus 14 second to the 10 to the power minus 16 second, if reaction is completed, that time we call the reaction as a very fast reaction. For example, these reactions, look at these reactions. Barium chloride solution is added to sulfuric acid solutions, or sulfuric acid solution is added to barium chloride solution. In this case, the barium sulfate precipitate is formed and HCl. So here the reaction is taking place. Look at the time is 10 to the power minus 14 to 10 to the power minus 16 second. Within this time period, the reaction gets completed. Okay, this type of reactions are called very fast reactions. These reactions are completed within means just an instant, and this reaction is also called the instantaneous reactions, because on adding of the reactants the reaction is taking place, and for this reason we called it as instantaneous reactions. And in instantaneous and very fast reaction case, the reaction is taking place at the time of the addition of the reagent and reactant together. So this is the example of very fast or instantaneous reactions. So in this case, what happens, why these reactions is taking place at a very high speed and instantaneously? The reason is that in barium chloride, what can we find? In barium chloride you can find barium 2 plus and Cl minus, H2SO4 H plus, SO4 2 minus. Actually, to show it correctly, we need to understand its ions. This is an ionic reactions. Here barium 2 plus and from chloride to Cl minus, and from H2SO4 to H plus and SO4 2 minus. So these ions are in the reactant side, barium chloride and H2SO4 side. These ions are developed, and these ones just combining, barium is combining with sulfate and hydrogen combining with Cl minus, H plus, hydrogen ion and H plus. So for this reason, this reaction barium chloride and H2SO4 when mixed together, that time barium sulfate and hydrochloric acid is formed, and the reaction speed is very high, is about 10 to the power minus 14 to 10 to the power minus 16 second. That is a very high speed rate of reaction, means very high in this case. So what is the reason for this high speed reaction? The reason is that the reaction is taking place in ionic medium. In ionic medium, when in reaction the ions are present, that time no breaking and making of bonds required. When the reaction taking place in ionic medium or in ionic form, that time no breaking, no making of the bond required, like covalent bond, coordinate bond. This type of bond breaking and bond makings are not required in this case, and for this reason these instantaneous reactions or very fast reactions are occurring at a very high speed. Our second type of reactions based on the speed of chemical reaction is the very slow reactions. For the very slow reaction, the reaction is taking place at a very slow rate and take a large time to complete. So these are called the very slow reactions. And very slow reactions, examples of very slow reactions is like rusting. Rusting is an example of very slow reaction. You know, rusting take place uh, rusting takes a long time for this completion of the reaction. So rusting is a good example of the very slow reactions. There are a number of reactions where the speed is very slow. So when the speed of the reactions very slow, we call the reactions as very slow reactions. Look at this case of rusting iron, water, carbon dioxide and oxygen reaction to form the rusting. It takes a long time, and for this reason this reaction is called a very slow reaction. So in this case, why the reaction is very slow? Here we need to break the covalent bonds. We need to break the covalent bond. We need to breaking and making of the bonds, and for breaking and making of the bonds we need time. So for this reaction, breaking and making of covalent bond is taking place in very slow reactions, and as a result this reaction is becoming a slow reaction because the time is required to break and make the covalent bonding and or bonding, chemical bonding, and for this reason for the very slow reaction it takes a longer time. And the third category means based on speed, our third type of reaction is the moderate rate reaction. Moderate rate reaction means the reaction that is not very fast, not very slow, moderately taking place, and the example of this are hydrolysis of ethyl acetate, hydrolysis of ester, and in this case the reaction is just completed within 30 minutes, and this 30 minutes to 1 hour. So this type of reactions are called the moderate rate reactions, like hydrolysis of ester. You can see this reaction, hydrolysis of ester, ethyl acetate, hydrolysis of ethyl acetate, and the decomposition of H2O2, decomposition of H2O2. These reactions are moderate rate reaction. These are completed within 30 to 40 minutes time period, and for this reason these reactions are called moderate rate reactions. The speed of these reactions are not very fast, not very slow, and in our study means class 11-12 level or college level, we are studying only about the moderate rate reaction. For the branch of chemical kinetics, we deal with only the moderate rate reaction, because for the very slow reaction and for the very fast reaction the kinetics of the reaction studying is very difficult. So in the chemical kinetics chapter, the basic part of the chemical kinetics chapter is about the speed of the chemical reactions, speed of the different chemical reactions, and to understand this chapter well means chemical kinetics, you must need to understand this various kind of speeds of the reactions at first, because various kind of, if you understand this topic well, that what are the various kind of reaction based on the speed, then this chapter will become easier for you to understand. So that's the topic, that what is the speed of different kinds of reactions, or the different kind of reactions based on the speed of chemical reactions. I'm discussing this topic, and that's it. Thank you for watching this discussion. If you find this discussion is useful for you, you are getting some learning from this video, then you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe this channel and hit the notification button.